Hello. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, honorable judges and everyone. Oh, okay, sorry, wrong slide. That was a bit graphic. Oh no, are we here yet? Okay, we're here, guys, sorry. I know it's still early in the morning and that was a bit graphic. But that was exactly how I felt every time I had to check each stall in the public toilets. And I'm sure this is canon even. Everyone has gone through this experience at least once or twice in their lives. And the traumatizing look and acceptant looks asking after, why didn't they just flush the toilet? And the answer could be the flush was not working, or they just wanted to give you an early birthday surprise gift. Yeah. Okay, now talking about flushing, did you guys know that there are up to 1 million bacteria per flush? The bacteria is floating around on the surface and also including the toilet seat. And again, from co-author John Kermody, an engineer, also said the amount of small particles of water, urine, feces that floating that you aren't able to see in your own visible naked eyes. You never could think about a toilet flush the same way again. Now, I believe that even without statistics, even without those 1 million bacteria, people are still scared to the public toilet. Why? Because they are scared to sit on the public toilet seat. And yeah, they've been trying to use alternative solutions like, oh yeah, put the toilet paper on the toilet seat. Oh, they carry their own alcohol sanitizers. And some people ended up just holding their urine due to how unhygienic and smelly the toilet is. And you know, the risk of holding the urine for too long and the risk of who knows what's on the toilet seat sitting on it could have infection, could lead to disease that they even want to know. Toilet is a part of our life, is an integral part of our lives, and why people should be scared to just go and do their business. This is why Hylit is important. So what is Hylit? Hylit, we are an innovative toilet hygiene device that uses UV light to eliminate bacteria and germs on the toilet seat, and while we also focus on smell by having a refillable fragrance container, ensuring a safe and fresh bathroom experience. Now to show you guys how it works.
Okay, so hello. So today I will be explaining how Hylit works. So first, what is Hylit? So Hylit is a toilet seat cover that is designed with user experience and hygiene in mind. So how does it work? First, the user needs to close the toilet cover and flush. That's it. So when the flush occurs, the water level will drop in the water tank, and that will trigger the float sensor to send the signal to the Arduino chip. Now, the Arduino chip is the main component for the entire operation. It will process the signal and activate the UV light to sterilize the bacteria on the toilet seat. Now, the whole process is being powered by the power supply. As you can see, the sterilization period is 10 seconds. While to ensure the optimal sterilization, the UV light is being operated at an intensity of 5 milliwatt per centimeter squared, and the temperature is 35 to 50 Celsius. Now, this temperature range is ensuring that the UV light will effectively eliminating the bacteria while also not harming the material on the toilet seat and the user as well. It is safe to use, easy, convenient. Now, additionally, we also have a fragrance container. Now, the fragrance container is refillable with any liquid fragrance you like. So in Cambodia, there's a lot of liquid fragrance. It is accessible, cheap, and easy to acquire. Now, let's move on to our business canvas. First, let's look at our value proposition. For Hylit, what we offer is that to sterilize the bacteria on the toilet seat with efficient, clean UV light. It is proven to kill 99.9% of the bacteria, and it is eco-friendly. Now, the second is the refillable fragrance container. As you can see, it is refillable with any liquid fragrance, accessible to buy, cheap and fast for user, customizable, fresh, clean. And last but not least, it is cost efficient. The entire process is being meticulously designed to keep cost in mind for a user to use as well as to buy.
So who are our customers? That's the main questions. So we have two. The first one is business to school. So we want to prioritize public university who currently facing the problem. So we reached out to our school, CADT. She's an admin of our school, Miss Monirot. She said she really likes our ideas. She sees a lot of potentials. And if we ever need technical support, any components, we have a market space going on at our school. So we will have full support from our school, CADT. And the next, our customers are local toilets that are owned by family business owner. So we talked to a bunch of toilet business owners, and he mentioned that he bought a lot of products from factory companies based on qualities and prices. However, he hasn't seen once in sterilized toilet devices. So he said he would love to buy and try selling it. Now, the main thing that we want to know is that we want to gain input from users, the one who use, which is the students who study in public university, right? So we talked a lot to them, and they said they feel scared using the public restroom, even though they have to go to school every day. Some people even come up to me saying, oh, when it's time to go to the bathroom, they said, oh, let's go to building E, even though it's cleaner, even though the building A was nearer than them. And some of them even mentioned to me that when it's break time, they have to hold it until it's break time, and then they have to go to the cafe in front of the school instead. Now imagine studying there for 4 years and having to do that every day. The rest of their lives are endless opportunities. And now, besides all just interview survey data that we've done, our original plan is the name. Highlit is an actual toilet seat lid. But we see a lot of potentials on it because we want to focus on solely on killing bacteria by using alcohol and UVB features. So imagine customers' behavior want a simple and an efficient product. So based on our this pivot, we can imagine the whole public university having to replace their OLED and replace with ours. It's going to be hard to set up. It's going to cost a lot. And again, we use alcohol, and the amount of time, imagine the toilet is in rush hours, the user having to flush every time, the cleaner having to frequently buy the alcohol, frequently have to refill the container in this tank. So it's going to be a lot of work. That's why, further than that, we did evaluation with students. Students also suggest us focusing on smell, because that was one of the reasons that they do not want to go to the public toilet as well. And rather than just alcohol, they said public university wouldn't like to invest in alcohols a lot. And they said, why not just use something more affordable, like pineapple, lime, lemongrass, air fresheners instead? So we took this into our consideration and forming our highlight today, which use UV light only. And we also want to focus on smell, which is a refillable fragrance container. Now moving on to our revenue stream.
Okay, hello. So moving to our revenue stream. So this is our business model, which is we sell for $14.99 per unit. And of course, we also have special package for school basket because we purposely want to encourage the school in Cambodia, especially public school, public university in Cambodia, to leverage their hygiene, especially in their toilet. So we sell for them for 50 units for only $13 per unit only. And of course, we also have the package for retail sellers too. So moving it to our variable cost, why do we come up with this product? Because with this price, because after we did all the research, we make sure that all of the components price align with the Cambodia market. Especially, we did the research on the Facebook marketplace in Cambodia, etc. Moving on, we have our competitor analysis. As you can see, we bring another 3 companies which is solve similar problems and have the alternative solutions. So when it comes to the toilet seat prioritize, we highlight mostly focus on toilet seat prioritize, while the other company, the other product mostly focus on the toilet bowl. And why do we focus on the toilet seat? Because toilet seat is what that you touch your skin directly. And when it comes to the price, we also hold the most advantages too. So all of this couldn't be done without our talented, committed, and hardworking team. So despite we are from different background, we are from we have different interests, but we sure have the same vision and the same goal. And we together strongly believe that hygiene is not luxury. It is a necessity. Everyone needs it. So always sanitize, fresh, and clean with us, Highlight. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great idea and great presentation. Couple of questions. Can you go back to the cost assumptions that you have? Yeah, next one. Yes, okay. So you're going to sell this at roughly $15. Where do you have a margin in this? Where do you make money from it? Or is this a completely social venture?
For this, we actually just based on, since we didn't go seriously towards this yet, but we did talk to some of our professors at school, and we just come up with by researching on on Facebook Marketplace by what the toilet stores actually sell these products components are, and then we also talk with people from our field to ensure that this price is actually makes sense, however, for our margins, because we haven't going forward, which is our next phase, including the launching phase. That's why we still on our way here, and this is our product so far.
Well, I would recommend that perhaps before you go out to the market, you'll make sure that you're not making a loss, because if you have actually variable cost at $15 and you go one slide back and you're selling it at $13, that might not be the best starting point to make a break even or even a profit. Unless of course you want to kind of bring it to the market and generate some reputation and branding and so on. But yeah, I would watch out on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I will. Thank you for your suggestion.
Thank you very much for the good presentation. And yes, and I feel maybe I want to say the same way like other foreigners living in Phnom Penh. Okay, by the way, do you have any insights about the provinces?
Yes. So
Because
yes,
whenever I have a chance to go to trip and by car to the provinces, Siem Reap, Kompong Som, Battambang, anywhere, Svay and on the way to go to provinces, I feel, or I am experiencing the same problem like you talking about this morning. So do you have any insights about what you can do in provinces?
So for now, as we mentioned, we want to focus on public universities, start from small university in Phnom Penh. However, yes, we do plan on expanding and also gaining insight from provinces as well, because I am from Battambang province myself, and I do travel a lot. And again, experiences, especially in gasoline places, yeah, we do a lot. And we did ask some of them, because sometimes I went there and I just said, oh, what is the process of making this having to work? Do you ever consider putting something that probably make us feel more safe? And yeah, they did say, they did try, but the budget was not in their consideration, since people go there for free for the public restroom. They don't really want to invest in those a lot. Yeah, but we will try to expand more on the provinces as well.
Hello, thank you for thinking about the health and safety of everybody using public toilets.
Yes.
I have about 40 toilets in this building, maybe a bit more. So as a building, right, we wanted to invest in a solution that is try and tested, and also have longevity, right? Because customer experience also important. So I want to understand, what's your view? I know it's still very early day. What's your view on this? You have a corporate package, right? And what's your thought around after sales service? Let's say I buy 40 pieces from you, install here, and then it breaks. What do we do?
I see. So actually, we do have maintenance on that, because here we can see, hold on. Okay, again, in a building like this, longevity is important. We don't want the UV to easily cause the damaged plastic, or especially towards the user as well. So we did a lot of research on it, and since that's why we decided to use the UV intensity only 10 seconds. And again, since it's only low exposure and short bursts of UV and do not weaken the plastic, so I can ensure that the durable plastic, especially on the toilet seat, won't be affected by the UV light at all. So I can ensure that it's last pretty long.
What about the product itself? How long would it last?
So yeah, we did that on research as well. UV light actually go for like 10,000 hours in order for it to like slow down. But however, we do have like arguments on hand dryer as well. Some hand dryer use UV light as well. So it's basically meaning that this won't go anywhere, and this won't, as a product itself, UV light won't be easily broken. Yeah. Because it has been used, it has been researched that it's been used by a lot of products such as hand dryer and also a lot of our competitors as well, and it doesn't affect it anything at the moment.
Good morning. I'm quite convinced by the necessity of the problem you're trying to address, but it relies mostly on discipline by the people who will use it. So how do you plan to address that? Because even if I buy this to put it in the toilet seat of my locations, I cannot force the people to actually close the lid, right?
So actually, again, yeah, customers' behavior always wanted to do like simple and efficient stuff. And again, we brought this problem up because people are suffering to deal with this toilet and unhygienic toilet. That's why we're trying to solve it. So in order to discipline them, of course, we gotta do workshop and announce them, at least like what we're doing, and in order for it to work, we have to close the toilet seat. But the main thing that we can convince them is that they are the one who facing this problem. They are the reason why we exist. They are the user pain point. So in order for them to able to get rid of that problem, get rid of that pain point, they need to able to use ours to solve that.
I agree about the unit price. Also on your canvas, you have call out. Is all of that going to be included for $14 to have somebody call out to fix the toilet? I mean, think about that. One other thing as well that's kind of come to mind is you have a very distinguished Japanese businessman on the panel, and Japan is world famous for their toilets. Did you consider looking at Japanese or equivalent toilets like the Toto brand or something, rather than just the product that is in the bowl, which I think your competitors were?
We did a lot of research, and also Mr. Steven also mentioned that Japan is like one of the world toilet. Yeah, so it was amazing to just search on Japanese website and they'll see a lot. And this is actually one of our inspiration of Japanese gadget device toilet as well. That's why we use that as our inspiration design as well.
You didn't present that though. You're only mentioning it now. It's good. It's good, but like that's a key consideration, I think.
Maybe because our 3D wasn't designed pretty well, but our product is actually look like this, and the refillable container is besides the thing, yeah. But we will add it.
Yeah, and one other question. Did you find out what your customer can pay? You spoke to your school administration. Did you find out what they would pay? And because you've come up with a price that 3 of the panel, or possibly more, are saying is too low, what did your customer say that they would pay for this?
So yeah, our admin from our school actually mentioned that the main concern that they will have is that the user wouldn't, like Mr. Gregory mentioned, the user won't discipline, and also another main thing that the price, because actually our price was originally $20, and then she mentioned that I don't think the school would actually pay for this, and then that's why I told him as well, that, like, we did talk with each other about the prices, and that's why we come into conclusion with that price. So then he said, okay, now I'm actually feeling a little bit better.
and you're already giving them a bulk discount as well. It's good business, but you're already giving them a discount for the school.
We want to prioritize them. That's why we want to have like a package solely for them, yeah, in order to get rid of that problem.
All right, since there's no more question, I think we can end the session for Highlight.
Okay,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Highlight, for your presentation on your idea on innovative hygiene device for toilet seats. Now, it's okay. Moving on to the last team for the morning session, we have Grounded. So she